What is going on, all you beautiful and sexy people? This is Manufactured Opinion here, bringing you some more Dragon's Dogma online gameplay. And today we're talking about blood orb farming. And if you don't know what blood orbs are, essentially they're little purple soul things that fly out of purple named enemies. And then you bring these purple souls to a big white dragon, and you can give yourself some pretty neat upgrades. And these upgrades range from stamina, health, more health, more defense, more attack, more magic defense, more magic attack, more main pawns, more support pawns, more gold, more rift crystals, larger inventory. There's a lot of very cool upgrades. So these blood orbs are very useful. And actually, towards the beginning of the game, there's sort of a tutorial that explains these purple named enemies and why you should be on the lookout for them, for the blood orbs. Because like I said, you bring him to the big white, never-ending story dragon, and he gives you some upgrades. So as you saw in the beginning of the video, I'm actually over in Tell, and if you don't know where Tell is, just follow the main quest as soon as you start the game. And you'll eventually reach Tell. Now, there's a new feature in Dragon's Dogma Online if you're coming from Dragon's Dogma, and it's called Area Rank. Now, in order to get to these catacombs that I was showing you on the map in the Hidel Church, you actually need to have an area rank of 4 on the Hidel Plains. Now, it's pretty simple to get rank 4 on the Hidel Plains. All you really need to do is get yourself some world quests, area quests, on the Hidel Plains. There's usually always a group looking for a Cyclops farm, level 12 Cyclops farms, right outside of Tell. So if you just look for one of those groups when you're like level 12 or 13, you honestly shouldn't have any problem ranking up the Hidel Plains. Better yet, just follow some personal quests and stuff at the very beginning of the game, and you'll be ranking up the plains the whole time. So it's fairly simple, but something that you need to do in order to get to this area, because like I said, once you hit the level 4 area rank on the plains, it'll actually open up this area. It's a level 13 dungeon, and it's got a bunch of these purple named, I call them purple named enemies, but they just have purple health bars. And like I said at the beginning of the video, these actually give you blood orbs. And it ranges, I haven't done too much testing, but I'm pretty sure the amount of blood orbs you get ranges or differs depending on your level, which is something to keep in mind. I'm level 28 here. So as you can see, this is a super awesome method to use over a large range of levels. As soon as you hit level 13 or 14, I highly recommend that you come in here either by yourself or with a group. You'll all get blood orbs. It doesn't just go to one person. And once you get to a higher level, come in here by yourself like I'm doing here. When I come through here, I range from 50 to 70 blood orbs per run. And you can actually get 2 or 3 upgrades on the blood orb skill tree just with one run. So, and I'm actually going to show you that skill tree at the end of this video if you're not familiar with it. But this method is super awesome. Obviously, there is some higher level enemies in later dungeons in different regions of the world that'll give you like 20, 24, 30 blood orbs if you kill them, but those are like level 20, 24, 25, 26. You need a full group to do those, and unless you're level 40 and can kind of solo those by yourself, this is your best bet, at least till you hit level 20, 25. Like I said, you can see here I'm in level 28 because I've been using this method for a long time. You'll see at the end of this video in my blood orb skill tree that I don't have the whole thing filled out. I actually got pretty much everything filled out in just a couple of hours of doing this. So it's definitely something you want to try. If you got friends on Dragon's Dogma Online, you guys need blood orbs or whatever, I highly recommend using this method. So on to the actual dungeon. As you can see, I'm having a pretty easy time with some of these enemies, obviously because I'm level 28. If you're coming in here at level 13 or 14, it's obviously going to be a different situation. What I recommend is just focusing on the purple level, or the purple named enemies, purple health bars. It's kind of difficult in certain situations, especially these apes. You might have difficulty taking these down, and by difficulty I mean you probably won't die, but it will take you a while at the lower levels, like I'm saying. But it's worth it, especially at those lower levels, to get as many blood orbs as you can early on, because it will help you later on in some of the main story quests and some of the world quests that you need to do in later areas of the game. That can be pretty damn difficult. So as many upgrades as you can get, especially combat upgrades. You don't necessarily need the pawn upgrades or the gold and rift crystal upgrades right away. The only thing I would say about the pawn upgrades is the support pawn upgrade can be super useful for crafting, because you can actually use multiple pawns in crafting to speed it up, and depending on how fast you want to run certain things and how fast you want to get gear. That reduced time can be very helpful. But a few things you're going to need to run through here: lockpicks and pickaxes. Potions, maybe not. Like, it's going to vary depending on how many people you're running through here with, and so on and so forth. If you're solo, you're obviously going to want to keep a few emergency potions just in case. But other than that, you know, the lockpicks are the most important, because you got these locked chests here that you can't open without them. And if you're coming in here at a later level like I am, this room that I'm in right now can prove to be pretty difficult when this ogre is in here, this level 30 ogre. If you have purple leveled enemies and there are purple named enemies in there at the same time the ogre's chasing you around, it can be a huge pain in the ass as the ogre's drop kicking you in the face while you're trying to kill a little undead zombie, or the undead zombie grabs your butt and it's holding you there, and you're shaking the left stick as hard as you can to get out, and the ogre just decides to, you know, punch you in the sack and knock you out. So just a few things to keep in mind. Obviously, you're going to want some lanterns or sparks to bring through here to lighten things up, especially if you're recording videos in here. My last video was pretty damn dark because I wasn't using one of these. So something to keep in mind as well. But other than that, there really isn't too much strategy. It's just make sure you focus on the purple level enemies, especially if you're trying to do it as fast and as efficiently as possible. You just want to kill your purple level enemies, grab all the loots, and then pretty much ignore everything else. Unless you're looking for experience, once you hit a certain level, a higher level, like level 20, 21, 22, yeah, I mean, look, I'm getting 14 experience. It's not worth it. So I just run around and kill all the purple leveled enemies, grab all my loots. There's actually some pretty good loots for how low level this dungeon is, especially the gold and especially the materials. Now, one thing to watch out, one thing that really pisses me off about these madmen, sludge men dudes, is they will slow you, and the slow debuff in this game is 10 times worse than the original Dragon's Dogma. You run around like straight Neo out of the Matrix for a solid 5 minutes. Slow-mo. I actually had to put a cut in this recording for that very purpose, because I had to wait 3 minutes for the slow debuff to go away, because it's so, like, look at this. Now watch when I run out of stamina. Normally, once you hit like right here with the stamina bar, you pop back up. But since I have the slow debuff, it's going to go on forever. It's absolutely crazy. Your attacks are super slow. Obviously, if you're just running normally, if you're not sprinting, I mean, look how slow that is. So something you want to avoid if you can. That comes off the slimes and actually getting hit by the giant, sexy marshmallow men. So something you want to avoid in here if you're looking to speed up your run or do this run as fast as possible. Obviously, you can have some intervenes, I believe they're called. They're little blue potions that remove all debuffs. You can bring some of those with you in case you get that. But this final room, always focus on the mage or the skeleton mages first. In order to unlock that room right there that you just saw, you have to kill every single enemy. It's fairly easy. Obviously, you know, you don't really have to... If you want to get into that room and actually open up the chest, it doesn't really matter what enemy or what sludge man you focus on first after you kill the skeleton mages, because you won't be focusing on just the purple level names or purple named enemies. You'll be focusing on everything to open up that last room. But I mean, essentially after that, you kill all the enemies, loot everything, then you're just going to teleport back to never-ending storyland, upgrade any or get any blood orb skill tree upgrades that you want, then come back here if you want to and keep doing it over and over again until you feel as though you have all the upgrades that you want. A couple of things to note about the blood orb skill tree. You can only get the upgrades adjacent to an upgrade that you already have. Something that took me a while to figure out because everything's in fucking Japanese. But you can only get the upgrade that is adjacent to an upgrade you already have. And obviously have enough blood orb points to get that. Secondly, you can't get any of the upgrades in the middle part of the tree until you actually have one of the circles complete. Now I know this makes absolutely no sense from what you're seeing in the video right now, but you'll see the blood orb skill tree coming up here in a minute. And like I said, guys, this is something that's very, very useful if you can get after it early on in the game. Obviously, if you switch vocations and stuff like that, it carries over to vocations. It won't carry over if you create a whole new character or a whole new account, but it will carry over from vocation to vocation, which is absolutely awesome. I love that they did that. It's actually a pretty cool feature. When you're in a party and you see purple named enemies on the map, it can be pretty funny, especially when that enemy has like 8 or 9 levels on you, and you know the 40 blood orbs that you can get from that enemy is too enticing to just run away from it. But yeah, I hope you guys found this video useful. It's a pretty simple farming route. Make sure you bring pickaxe, lockpicks, to make sure you can get all the loot. To follow the exact path I took in the video, make sure you get all the purple leveled enemies, and you should be able to upgrade this tree pretty damn fast and actually get some good materials and gold in the process. So I hope you guys found the video useful. I hope you are enjoying Dragon's Dogma Online if you are playing it, and more importantly, I hope you are enjoying life. I will see you in the next video, everybody. Take care now.